Good day, everyone. I'm Ella Distrito, discussing with you the analytic, trigonometry, and solid mensuration. First, in analytic, we have the parabola. Parabola means a plane curve generated by a point moving so that its distance from a fixed point is equal to its distance from a fixed line. We have the problem number 1 here. Calculate the vertex, focus, and directress of the following parabolas, and we have the equation of y squared minus 6y minus 8x plus 17 equals to 0. First, we combine the terms in both sides, so we have y squared minus 6y equals 8x minus 17. But we need to complete the perfect square. Y squared minus 6y plus 9 is equals to 8x minus 17 plus 9. We need also to add the number on right side. And why is it 9? Because if we divide the 6 into 2 is 3 and 3 squared is 9. So negative 17 plus 9 is negative 8. And we need to look for point y and x, and it is y minus 3 squared and equals to 8x minus 1. We have here 2p equals 8. This means 8 divided by 2 equals 4, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. We just move 2 points from vertex to focus and vertex to directress. So in total, we have vertex point 1 and 3. The focus point is 3 and 3, and the directress point is negative 1. The graph is opening right. We have here the number 2 problem. A satellite dish shaped like a paraboloid has its receiver located at the focus. How far is the receiver from the vertex if the dish is 10 feet across and 3 feet deep at the center? We have the graph here, and we plot already the 10 feet across, which is the horizontal line, and the 3 feet deep at the center. In order to find how far it's from the vertex, we need to use this x squared equals 4y. In terms of this, we have to have the x and one y point, so we either choose the negative 5 and 3 point or 5 and 3 point. So we are using the positive side to not having the hard part. We put the 5 in x squared and y replaced by 3. So we have now 5 squared equals 4p times 3. We calculate this one and we have 25 equals 12p. And in order to find the p, we need to transfer this first on the left and 25 is on the right. Basically, we divide then the 25 by 12 and we have p equals 2.08 feet. The receiver is 2.08 feet from the vertex. Now we have the hyperbola. But first, what is hyperbola means? It is a connect section that forms when a plane intersects a double right circular cone at an angle such that both halves of the cone are intersect. And we have the problem of hyperbola. Find the width of the tower at the narrowest point in the middle, and at the top of the tower, you have the equation first. The x squared over 16 minus y squared over 225 equals 1. X squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared equals to 1. Since it is squared, we have 4 squared and 15 squared in B. So let's look first the graph, which is we have vertex 1 and vertex 2. We have 160 meter, the height of tower, but we just find to look the half, so 80 is the half. And we need to find the with its point 80 of height and anonymous the length. Let's go back solve our problem. X squared over 16 equals 1 plus 80 squared over 15 squared. We transfer 80 squared over 15 squared on right side, so it is now positive. We calculate the 80 squared over 15 squared and get the 28.4444, and we add 1. We just copy the x squared over 16. X squared over 16 equals 29.4444. We need to get the x squared, but it has 16, so we need to multiply by 16 on both sides. 16 divided by 16 equals to 1. Multiply x squared is x squared. 29.444 times 16 is 471.1104. Since the x is squared, we need to square root both sides. We just cancel the square root and squared in x. Then the square root of 471 is 21.7051. So the pair of 80 point is 21.7051, and we multiply it by 2 because of the other side of it and get the total of 43.4102. The total width at the top of the tower is 43.4102 meter. Next topic, trigonometry. We have right triangle, that a triangle with a right angle. Let's read the word problem here. Samantha is standing 20 feet away from a large tree. The angle of elevation from her eyes, which are 5 feet above the ground, to the top of the tree is 57 degrees. How tall is the tree to the nearest tenth of a foot? If we look the person that has 20 feet away from the tree, from her eyes to the top of tree has 57 degrees. Since we have to look the height of the tree, which is the x, we need to use tangent formula. Tan 57 degrees equals x over 20. We need to transfer the 20 to the left, so we multiply both sides with 20. 20 times tan 57 degrees is just we need to copy this. Then 20 divided by 20 is 1 times x is x. To look for the height of tree equals 20 tan 57 degrees plus 5. Why 5? Because the elevation of tree is from its eyes, so we just add this. Let's calculate this on your scientific calculator. And do we have the exact answer? So the height of tree is 35.8 feet. Next, we have the sine law and cosine law. What is this means? This means is to solve the missing side and angles in triangles that are not right triangles. Let's look the word problem below. Two observers are standing on a shore 2,000 feet apart at point A and B are both looking at point C. Angle A is 51 degrees and angle B is 62 degrees. Find the distance from each observer to the boat. Let's look the triangle below. So first we need to look for angle C before we start. 180. Why is it 180? Because we have to look the right triangle that will be 180 in total, so we just add these two angles we have. 180 equals 51 plus 62 plus angle C. 51 plus 62 is 113. We divided the 113 on both sides. 180 divided by 113 is we have 60 degree for angle C. Let's forward to next slide. Sine 67 degree over 2000 equals sine 62 degree over x. If you look on it, we cross multiply this sine 67 degree and x. So we have the x sine 67 degree over sine 67 degree. And cross out these two because we are only looking for x. Maybe you are confused why it is sine 67 because we are divided by the angle C on both sides. And we have the 2000 sine 62 degree over sine 67 degree. Let's calculate this one. And the total of x has 1918.4 feet. Let's try to look the y side. Basically, we just copy the left side of sine 67 degree over 2000 equals sine 51 degree over y. The corresponding side of y in graph is 51 degree. Also, we cross multiply this one too. Cross out the sine 67 degree over sine 67 degree, since our goal is to look only the y side. 2000 sine 51 degree over sine 67 degree is equals to 1688.52 feet. Problem number 3 of trigonometry. Three friends, Aryan, Simon, Cedric are camping and their tents form a triangle. If the tent of Simon is 36 meters from Aryan, and the tent of Aryan is 280 meters from Cedric, and the tent of Cedric is 41 meters from Sinan. Aryan, while sitting outside the tent, wants to calculate the angle between the line of sight to Sinan's tent and the line of sight to Cedric's tent. If ever you find it confusing, I'm sorry I did not put where the angle A and B, but it's okay because we will add this all and we get the exact answer too. So let's solve this again. Basically, we have to find the angle A here. Let's use the cosine law. Listen to my formula and write it down to you to remember where you get to put the numbers. A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. 41 squared equals 28 squared plus 36 squared minus 2 times 28 times 36 cosine angle A. We calculate this and we have now 1681 equals 784 plus 1296 minus 2016 cosine A. 784 plus 1296 equals to 2080. We divide both sides the 2080, so we have now 1681 over 2080 is negative 399 equals 2. We just cross out the 2080 and bring down 2016 cosine A. Negative 399 equals 2016 cosine A. Divide both sides by 2016. To only cross out the 2016 and bring down the cosine A. We move the negative 399 over negative 2016 to the right, so it is now positive. Since we are only looking for angle A, we move the cosine to right, so it is now inverse cosine. Inverse cosine 399 over 2016 is 78.58 degree. So the angle between the line sine and tan and Cedric's tan is 78.58 degree. So we are finished the two topic. Let's move to solid mensuration. First problem on solid mensuration. Find the volume of water in a swimming pool with vertical ends and sides. The length measured at the water line is 50 feet and the breadth is 20 feet. The bottom of the swimming pool is a plane sloping gradually downward so that the depth of the water at one end is 4 feet and the other end is 8 feet. Let's look the picture below. We have the formula of prism. Base equals base and height. In picture, our base 1 is 4 feet and the base 2 is 8 feet. We also have the height of 50 feet. Let's solve now our prism. Water equals pool equals prism is equals to half times 4 feet plus 8 feet times 50 plus 1 times 20. First, we just slowly solve this. So, put on your calculator the 1/2 times 4 plus 8 times 50. So, we have equals 300 times 20 feet. If we multiply this, we get the volume of water equals to 6,000 feet cubed. Second problem. The height, length, width of a cuboidal box are 20 cm, 15 cm, 10 cm respectively. Find its area. We have by 2's 20, 15, and we have the total surface area. 2 times 20 times 15 plus 20 times 10 plus 20 times 15. Maybe you are confused because it is already 2's 20 but times to 2. Because we need to find the area of it and it is only half. So first let's sum the inside of parentheses before we multiply to 2 and we get the answer of 1,300 centimeters squared. Let's proceed to our last problem. A rhombus having diagonals of length 20 cm and 16 cm respectively. Find its area. The area of rhombus is equals to 1/2 d1 and d2. Let's have d1 equals to 10 cm and d2 is equals to 16 cm. 1/2 times 10 times 16 equals to 80 cm squared. The total area of rhombus is 80 cm squared.